Okay. I got quite a good response from my US dollar problems video, so I thought I might do a bit more finance stuff because it's quite obvious from the amount of hits I got that people are actually interested in banking and stuff like that. I'm going to make a serious attempt to stay away from conspiracy theory, rumour mill style stuff, and tell you stuff that has often come from the mouths of professionals and things like that. Don't worry, there are plenty of professionals who are shitting bricks. Really, seriously. It seems a lot of the trouble has been caused by welfare mentality. You know, it's pretty simple, really. It's production and consumption, and what money and efforts these people can make, you know, for those who are working, and the amount that do take money back out of the welfare system and whatnot. It's quickly becoming not very balanced. Another thing I noticed for a short while I was working in government, I have actually a lot of cousins who work in government. When I sit down and count it out, there's something like about 3/4 of my cousins or more actually work for government, and so does my brother-in-law. Different jobs. Brother-in-law's in the military. One of my cousins is healthcare. Another one was post office. I don't know if she's still there though. And another one's Department of Justice. And his partner was a different area of Department of Justice, almost like the ATF, like the basically she was in the alcohol department, licensing for alcohol venues. And she's gone on to be what's basically a transport cop. And from what I'm told by these relatives, essentially 90% of all government money is just wasted. That's not a joke, that's serious. The amount of work some of them do and the amount I done when I was on it is pathetic. But it's not just that. I mean, that's part of the problem, but what is also sinking the teeth in is these contractors will rip off the government. Like, the figures are astronomical. One of them was involved in getting a shed, and the prices was easy threefold, if not fourfold, what I, as a civilian, could buy it for. It's like when you get a panel beaters, you know, like your fender bender, and it's under insurance, and the insurance, you know, company, the flaming panel shop just, you know, abuses it, sort of thing. And they rake the price right up because they know insurance is going to pay for it. And that same sort of thing happens with government contractors as well. So by the time you sort of have these overpriced government contractors, then 90% of the money's wasted. And then on top of that, you've got like welfare as well. It vaporises for what you could get. And, you know, it's a terrible thing, really, you know, and this is why sort of many people were pro Ron Paul, and generally speaking, 95% of the way so was I. But yeah, I mean, like, really seriously, it's pathetic, really. And a lot of people go, oh, all that wasted government contractor money could be spent on welfare. Yes, it could. But you also need to realise that you mightn't get this much in America, and I know that I'm pretty sure America has like I'm probably wrong, but I had heard of a cut-off date, and I know Germany's got a cut-off date as well. Theirs was like 32 or 36 months or something, and now they've backed it off to like 6 months or something like that. I don't know exactly. I did sort of have a bit of I sort of forgot. But over here, and in England as well, and English people will know all about this, there ain't no time limit. There are people here, and they actually went and done surveys of it because the government wanted to know, and they found out by, running something through the database. Even in my state alone, there's several hundred people who have been without one day's work for more than 20 years. I've been told of areas of Scotland and some areas of England that are even worse than that. There was a British bloke I knew, who's a friend of my uncle's. He told me that there's people there, 3 generations haven't worked a single day. 3 generations have spent their time on welfare. And just like, this is the thing, like, people over here get really aggravated about it, but they won't say it to the people's face because usually they're really pretty, rough sort of people who are like this. But people over here who work don't like welfare types. And I've seen in America where they'll actually say it to their face. Well, over here they don't say it to their face. Probably because they get punched in the face if they did. But yeah, this is the thing. It's simple as things are just, got to not be wasted. Welfare should not be a long-term option unless you're obviously disabled or whatever. There's areas in China where, and other foreign countries where people have, women have got children. So they have like this giant, and I think this may have even happened in the Soviet era too. They have like this giant, like a daycare built on the side of the factory, and some girls go and look after that. And then you free up a whole heap of women for work, as opposed to sort of these endless blooming single mum thing. They done them a good one here. They used to say once your kid turns 5 years old, which is when they go to school, you got to start getting at least 25 hours of work a week. Well, they didn't want to do that. They couldn't actually chop their money off them though if they didn't get 25 hours a week of work, because it's hard to find jobs where you only work like 5 hours a day or something like that. But now what they've done over here is when your kid is 8 years old, you go back onto normal unemployment benefit. And all of them started howling about it. We're going to be $150 shorter off a week. And I sat there and I thought, hang on, I nutted out what I used to get, added on 150, and what I was taking it on was what I used to get several years ago. Added on 150, then added on child support or what I mean. Bloody hell! Well, I couldn't believe it. They're making the same money almost as I was making at work now. By the time you add on the support of the father, they're probably 100 and something bucks short of what I'm on. And I just thought, this is ridiculous. But, now the government's stuck it to them because they've sort of just got sick of these people who have got, 15-year-old daughters and sons and whatnot who, the kid's not 18, so I can continue to, wait until I've got to have another baby before they turn 18. And there are women who make a career out of it here. I've been told by someone I work with who knew a young Russian woman that she said the same thing happens in Russia in a big way. Like, there's a lot of them that just know that their whole life is basically sorted once they're a single mum, so they go out and try and do it. And there have been rumours and innuendo of that happening in England And it's like those women who make a career out of being a divorcee. There's ones that make a career out of being a single mum. And I know it's not just a free-for-all on single mums. I'm not like that. But I don't like a welfare system to be abused and them to play the game and always seem to have another baby before the cash starts running out with the previous one, you know. But anyway, that's a bit of a financial rant, and I'll do another one before too long.